So we have successfully created return operation in our traveler website, right? Safari website. So now think, for the admin need to add some new traveler, right? So we'll create insert new traveler operator in the CRUD operation, that means create operator, right? So we have complete return. Now we have to complete insert and update and delete, right? So create, update and delete. For the create operation, if I open this in my browser, it will be something like this, right? I'm going to run this inside my Tomcat server. Right, so we have this content, right? Now I'm going to log out from this website. So we haven't implemented logout yet, so we'll log in again. Password is 12345. So it will show some queries from the database SD 12345. Right, so we have these two rows, right? Now I'm going to insert new traveler. When I click this button, right, on that time we need to navigate into new website to collect this information, that means name, email, passport number, gender and age. So we'll create one. For this one I am going to add link, add new traveler.jsp. when I click on that time we need to navigate into this website, right? So we'll create this JSP file. Right click on my project, go to new JSP file. So add new traveler, right? Okay, so I'm going to name this as insert. Right, let's see whether this one is working or not. H1 insert new traveler, right? Okay, I'm going to run this one again. Right, so now we'll create a form to collect our name, then after email, passport number, this kind of thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to create a form here. For that we'll create a division with the class name. I'm going to align 6 column for this one, assign 6 column, then after margin next will be auto. That means we are going to align this into the center of the screen. So now I'm going to create a form. Action will be when I submit this one, so request name will be insert, right? And we will give class name for this method as a, right, so we'll give h2 tag, right? h1 tag, so we'll use h2 tag. Add new traveler. Right, let's see this inside browser. So it is something like this. Okay, so before that I'm going to take a copy of this navigation bar and footer section, otherwise I have to type this thing again. So we'll take this navigation bar and other thing from the dashboard, Control A, Control C, Control A, Control V. So we'll remove this content and we will insert our form here. Right, now I'm going to add division here. Action is insert, right? Action will be insert. Right, so let's refresh this one and you can see we have this content, right? So nice. Now we can create our form, right? To get name, email, passport number, gender and age. So ID will be automatically incremented. I'm going to create division. So if you want, you can use Bootstrap for this styling. I'm going to use Bootstrap only. Otherwise, if you want, you can use CSS also, right? Column form label, and this one is for the name, right? Then I will add input field. So I'm going to create a division. We'll give class name for this one. For the input field, I'm going to give class name form control. Then I will give board also, right? Otherwise we can't identify this content. And name will be name. So by using this name, we can identify this content in the backend. So we can add placeholder also in the name. Right, so we'll check this inside our browser. Right, we have name, then we can add email, passport, gender and age. I'm going to take a copy of this division. We'll place for the email, passport, gender, age, right? So this one for the email. So input type will be email and name will be email. This one for the passport number. So this one for the gender, right? Gender. Again input type will be text, but here name will be gender. Placeholder also enter gender. And finally age. Now input type will be number. Right, so we have successfully created this form. I am going to add. Next thing is what we will add our submit button, right? So for that we can use submit button directly, right? I'm going to add input type will be submit and class will be button success. Value will be insert traveler. Okay, let's see this one inside our browser. I'm going to refresh this one. So we have this content. Now I'm going to add some margin on this button. On top of this button we will add a margin top into 2 and button will be a small button. Right, now we have insert option. When I submit this form on that time, for example, I am going to give it some information. Passport number will be so for the passport number I have used 2 column is not enough, right? We'll use 4 column. When I submit on that time, we are sending this information to insert request with this parameter as a get request, right? So I'm using get request here. Right now it is fine, right? So I have used 4 columns for this one. Okay, so when you submit this form, all the information are going to this request, right? Insert request. So we need to catch this request from the controller, right? So whenever there is a request, I'm going to write a case for the insert request. On that time we will call insert traveler method with the request and response parameter. Okay, now we need to create this method. For that we can create this method. After that you need to implement this method to catch this information, right? So we need to catch these all the information which user submitted, that means name, email, passport, gender and age. So we'll get this information. String name will be request.get parameter name is name. So why I use name here? In my form you can see, so to identify this input field we use name, email, this kind of name. By using this name you can catch this information in the controller, right? So like this I have to create for the email. Then the passport, gender, and finally I'm going to get the age, right? Age is integer, so we have to get request.get parameter which is age, right? So this is an integer. Because of that we need to convert this into integer. To convert into integer I'm going to use integer dot parseInt. So we'll close the bracket here. Right, so now we have successfully catched this information. So we'll check whether we got this or not by typing system.out.println name is plus name. Right, so I'm going to run this program. So we'll save this and we'll submit our form again, right? Name and net@gmail.com, this passport number, female, 34. Right, so we have sent this information to insert request. Let's see whether we got or not. Right, we got this information, right? Name is Anne, which came from this system.out.println line. Okay, now we can move into the next step. Now I'm going to insert this information into the database by using data access object class, right? So we can insert this information. I'm going to create a new user. So we will create new traveler. Object name will be tr is equal to new. So I have given class name double lil, right? So we are passing name, email, passport, gender and age as a parameter. Right, so now we have user access, that means database access. So by using database access class, DO class, I'm going to create a method insert person. Oh, we do insert traveler, right? Insert traveler. Then now I'm going to pass this tr as a parameter, new traveler, and we can output line on the successful insert system.out.println traveler insert into db, and after successfully inserting we can send again to the dashboard, right? So that means dashboard dot. So for the dashboard I am using request dashboard, right? You can type dashboard.jsp or else you can type dashboard, then after it will identify this request and send you to the dashboard. Okay, so we'll create this method inside the DEO class, create method. Now here we have this user, right? So I'm going to write a query to insert this person into our database. So for this we'll use try catch block to catch the exception. So always use this try catch block whether there will be IO exception or SQL exception, because I'm going to write a SQL statement. So this will be insert into our table name is what? Let's see our table name. I have used table name as a traveler, right? Traveler into traveler. So we are going to insert name, email, passport, gender and age, right? So values will be, I'm going to maximize this screen, values will be these values. So we'll place question mark for the values. We have 5 values, right? Okay, why I place question mark? Because I'm going to create a prepared statement to prevent the SQL injection. So before that we need to create a connection variable. Connection, I'm going to stop this server. Connection con will be our, we have function, right? Let's see our function, db connection, right? So I have created this db connection function to get the connection. Okay, now we have connection variable. Then after we can create our prepared statement. PS will be, you can use any data for this object. Connection dot prepare statement for the SQL. Then PS dot set string first value, that means first question mark will be our name. So we can take this name from tab tr, that means our travel object, right? Tr dot get name. So that's why we use getters and setters. So here it should be get set string, right? Then ps dot set string second element tr dot get email. Get passport, right? ps dot set string, then fourth element will be again string tr dot get gender. So last element ps dot set integer, because this is integer age, that means fifth element will be travel object dot get age, right? So we have successfully created this information. Now we can execute this query, right? So I'm going to use, for this one there will be no return, right? That means there is no returning query. Because of that we are using ps dot execute update, right? And I'm going to output this query also, system dot out dot println. So it will print this prepared statement in the console line when I insert some information. Okay, so we have created this insert traveler, database access object, class method. Then under controller we have created this one, right? So let's see, here we got error. We need to add catch this exception, fine. So on successful insert, it will redirect us to dashboard, right? Okay, I'm going to run this program. We'll move into the dashboard and we'll run this program. So let's see, we'll close this previous tab. Right, I'm going to navigate into the home page. Then now we'll log in. SD 1 2 3 4 5. Right, so we have this information. Now I'm going to add new user. We'll use name as Ann. Gmail will be ann@gmail.com. Password number female 45. I'm going to insert this person. Right, so we have successful insert. You can see we have third person, which is Ann, right? And I'm going to add another person. Now he will be John at gmail.com. Some password number male 23. Right, so then after we need to include, we are going to implement this update and delete method. In the next video we will implement update and delete option in the CRUD operation. Let's see whether these information are available in the database, right? Hopefully it should be available because we are getting from the database, right? I'm going to refresh. Then now we will execute this query. We have these 4 rows, right? Next we are going to implement delete and update operation. After that we will create a session management by using for the logout, right? Okay, so we will meet with the new video with the CRUD operation.